Paul Furman's longtime hockey career began 39 years ago when his oldest son started to play for the Oswego Minor Hockey Association. Hockey had only come to their town a few years prior, and Furman was soon asked by the coach if he would help with the team. Although he revealed that he didn't know much about the sport, Furman was told that the kids would teach him the game. He agreed to help and never looked back. 2 weeks later, he was asked to be on the board of directors for Oswego Hockey and also act as the organization's treasurer, a post he held at the volunteer fire department where he worked, and a job he ended up doing for Oswego for the next 11 years. Beyond a brief playing career, he coached at the squirt level and later served as the Squirt House League coordinator for 6 years. Along with his wife Pat, he also ran player registration and the association's used equipment sale. He became Oswego's road team coordinator and then ice coordinator, and later chaired state and sectional tournaments when Oswego hosted them. In 1980, Furman was asked to run for president of the Central Section, and he served 3 years in that capacity. Then at a state board meeting, Furman was asked to take over as state tournament director. As the New York State Amateur Hockey Association state tournament director for 24 years, Furman was responsible for the organization and supervision of thousands of tournaments in the New York district that take teams from local qualifying tournaments to state championships and on to the USA Hockey Nationals. Besides overseeing the state tournaments, Furman was also responsible for supervising the pre-sectional and sectional tournaments, plus a host of playdowns and playoffs throughout the state. A full-time, year-round commitment at tournament time, Paul could always be found on the phone or at the rinks, checking to ensure that the events were run properly and that each and every individual had a fun, enjoyable experience. Furman retired from the position of state tournament director at New York's annual meeting in 2007 and was subsequently elected to the position of director emeritus. For his many years of service and his dedication to retaining the integrity of the pre-sectional, sectional, and state tournaments, the New York State Amateur Hockey Association Board of Directors named all future New York State tournaments in his honor. This year, each of the 27 winning teams of the New York State tournament was given the Paul Furman Senior Award. That was just one of many honors for Furman. In 2006, the Central New York Youth Hockey Association presented Furman with an award for his volunteer efforts. That award will now be known as the Paul Furman Award and will be presented annually to an outstanding volunteer in New York's Central Section. His other awards include Oswego Hockey's highest honor, the Joseph Scanlon Memorial Award in 1975 for outstanding contributions to youth hockey, and the Peter Rush Award in 1992, presented annually by the New York State Amateur Hockey Association to a person who has displayed selfless, long-term dedication and commitment to the growth of youth hockey. Furman also passed his love for hockey on to his entire family. He and Pat's 4 children, Paul Jr., Danny, Timothy, and Kimberly, all played youth hockey and stayed involved with the sport. Both boys were often called to referee minor hockey games and also some of the senior men's league games. Paul Jr. and Kimberly played on varsity college teams. Kimberly was the first female ice hockey referee in the Oswego area. His youngest son, Timothy, who had to stop playing hockey due to an accident, served as the manager of the high school hockey team for 4 years. Furman also has 2 granddaughters, Bobby Ray and Danielle, and they have both been playing high school varsity hockey. His grandson, Corey, who turns 5 in July, started playing hockey this past winter. Furman, the husband, father, and grandfather, has been an unselfishly dedicated and hardworking member of the hockey community in the entire state of New York. From his early days as a coach, then through numerous volunteer administrative positions at the local and state levels, he has benefited thousands of youth hockey players. Furman has gone from the father who knew little about hockey to one of the most highly respected members of the New York hockey family. USA Hockey is extremely proud to bestow the 2008 William Thayer Tutt Award upon Mr. Paul Furman.